But yeah, I mean, Joe did one at the pub last week, so just thought best to, do it at a tennis club. But it's unfortunately it's quite raining at the moment, so we're in the car. But I mean, look, last week proved to be quite a highly headline-driven one for global markets. I mean, there are quite a lot of political and economic developments shaping investor confidence in currency markets last week. I mean, the biggest story that came out, I would say, is the one of President Trump announcing his intention to appoint his long-time family friend and noted hard money hawk Kevin Warsh as the next chair of the Federal Reserve, replacing Jerome Powell when his term ends in May. I mean, whilst Warsh has historically been viewed as more aggressive on monetary policy, markets are increasingly pricing in the event of potential rate cuts in his early tenure after May. And this, you are going to probably expect a lot of volatility around the US markets in that regard. And adding to this, I mean, the Federal Reserve are choosing to hold interest rates steady, defying expectations from many analysts. I mean, the decision further highlights the growing divide between Powell's current stance and Trump's more interventionist approach to monetary policy, a gap that investors are watching closely, as it could shape the future direction of the US rate system. In relation to the UK though, inflation is remaining a persistent concern. Rising prices continue to weigh on consumer confidence. I mean, reducing spending power and limiting economic growth, these pressures are likely to have extended effects across the British economy in the months ahead, particularly as households tighten their budgets. And back to the US producer price index data, did come out higher than expected, a development that is possibly likely to provide short-term support for the US dollar as markets head into the new week this week. I mean, stronger producer prices suggest lingering inflationary pressures, complicating the outlook for future rate decisions. Political uncertainty, I would say, as well, is possibly the main thing intensifying in the UK at the moment. You've got former Home Secretary Suella Braverman is among 9 MPs now who have defected from the Conservative Party to Reform UK. This shift adds a significant amount of pressure ahead of the May elections, increasing instability and raising concerns over potential downside moves in the value of sterling as confidence begins to weaken naturally. And looking ahead, markets, we are bracing for an exceptionally heavy week this week. Monetary policy decisions and unemployment figures, they're all coming out from the UK, the Eurozone and the US, with so much more critical data hitting the headlines. So, I mean, where markets ultimately move here, it will remain uncertain. But for now, all eyes are on the data and all we can do is wait and see. Thank you.